You buy the expensive food, you meticulously clean the litter box, but the moment you reach down to pick up your cat for a well-earned cuddle, they squirm, scratch, and vanish under the sofa. Meanwhile, your roommate, the one who sneezes at the mere mention of a feline and actively ignores the pet, sits down to watch television and immediately has a purring furball asleep on their lap. It can feel like a direct insult. Cats seem almost biologically programmed to avoid enthusiastic attention while gravitating toward those who offer them nothing at all. If you grew up with dogs, this dynamic makes absolutely no sense. Dogs thrive on high-energy praise and vigorous physical contact, which makes the aloof reality of a cat feel entirely alien by comparison. Earning a cat's loyalty requires a pivot in how we think about connection. You have to set aside standard human social cues and adopt the mindset of a highly anxious, autonomy-driven creature.
To understand a cat, you first have to accept that they operate entirely on self-preservation. From their vantage point on the floor, you are an enormous, loud, and clumsy creature. Because they assume humans are a threat until proven otherwise, exuberance is a major problem. The unpredictable movements and loud noises of energetic young children instantly trigger a feline's anxiety. Conversely, cats naturally drift toward people who speak in softer tones and move slowly. This explains why an elderly person reading quietly in a chair is often a magnet for cats. Their behavior signals safety rather than disruption. Cats also possess exceptional long-term memory, which they use to catalog the physical environment and the people within it. If a cat was mistreated early in life by someone wearing a specific cologne or sporting a certain style of facial hair, they remember it. A visitor with that same scent or appearance can trigger those defensive instincts, preventing any chance at affection before a single word is spoken. Before a cat can even consider loving you, your mere physical presence must first pass a strict invisible safety audit. Once you pass that safety check, your natural instinct is likely to reach out, corner the cat, and scoop them up. Doing so violates a feline's most critical psychological need, maintaining absolute physical control over their environment. Being grabbed without an explicit invitation triggers immediate panic. This dynamic was mapped out in a Swiss behavioral study, analyzing how cats react to human attention. This diagram shows the setup. One human actively reaches out, while the other sits back reading a book. The data revealed a stark contrast. Cats consistently withdrew from humans insisting on interaction and were much more likely to approach those quietly ignoring them. The psychology here is highly practical. When you ignore a cat, you relieve the social pressure. You allow them to drop their defensive posture and assess you on their own terms. The most effective way to earn a cat's attention is to demonstrate that you do not demand it. You have to let them make the first move. There is an assumption that simply spending the most hours in the same house automatically makes you the favorite, but proximity alone does not create preference. Researchers at Oregon State University set out to test exactly what stimuli cats prefer. This chart categorizes the 4 options given: food, toys, a scented cloth, and human interaction. You might expect food to win, but human interaction surged past both food and toys, establishing itself as the preferred stimulus. That interaction has to be high quality. Taking 15 minutes a day for highly focused play, like twirling a feather wand, provides the mental and physical engagement cats crave. It also requires you to learn their language. The key part of that quality interaction is paying attention to their vocal cues and knowing the difference between an urgent cry for breakfast and a casual greeting meow. A daily routine of engaged play and clear communication builds a far stronger bond than endless hours of passive coexistence. When a cat finally elevates you to favorite status, the physical signs are undeniable. They will follow you from room to room, insist on sleeping directly on top of you, and rub their scent glands against your hands to mark you as their territory. A well-adjusted feline will show general, polite affection to an entire household, but that concentrated, exclusive loyalty is reserved for one specific person. Achieving that status is not a random stroke of luck. Even being the primary food provider won't automatically secure your place at the top of their list. Being chosen by a cat is a profound honor. It serves as evidence that you've prioritized their need for autonomy and learned to communicate in the subtle, respectful language of a complex, independent animal.